Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind. Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind.
追ってくる仲間の名前とスタンド能力を答えねえっつうんならよ、もう片方の目の心配もしていた方がいいなあ、ズッケーロさんよ。
So, if you haven't been on this hellish landscape that is Twitter.com, congrats! Your lifespan just increased by 20 years due to the lack of toxicity you have to encounter on a daily basis. But if you haven't heard of the indie projects known as Hazbin Hotel or Hell of a Boss, well, what the fuck have you been doing all year? Link to both pilots will be in the description down below for you to check it out when you're finished with this video. Now, a little bit of backstory. When the pilot episode for Hazbin came out, it was widely loved by everyone under the sun. But where success comes, drama creeps out of the crevices like a hunchback of Notre Dame. Except actually having beauty on the inside though, it's just as hideous and grotesque as the outside is. There were claims of her being racist, homophobic, and even bestiality and pedophilic based on things she did in the past. And sadly, having a past on the internet can come back to haunt you easier than you think. Now, she's already addressed all of this herself, debunked the speculations, and even apologized for some of the things she did, which in my opinion, she has no reason to. Link to that will also be in the description below. But ultimately, even to this day, there's just an echo chamber of toxicity in the anti-Viziepop community, all of which is for no good reason, other than that they were told to, or believed what rumors they heard, and are just too retarded to admit they were wrong for their wild accusations. It died down after some time and all seemed good and dandy, until Friday, August 6th, 2020. A TV media representative by the name of A24 announced that they will be picking up and greenlighting Hazbin Hotel for a TV release. And honestly, I couldn't be more happier that an indie animation team is getting the opportunity to spread their wings and perfect their craft. And I wasn't alone due to the overwhelming amount of support Viziepop and company have been getting. But then the retard brigade showed up, this time with even more wild and outlandish accusations. They're claiming Viziepop was working with 2 pedophiles, and after looking into it, I found out one of the people that they're claiming never even worked with Viziepop, let alone even spoke to her or get her notice. And then the other person that is working for Viziepop has nothing out about him, there's literally just wild accusations. No proof, just a bunch of, dude, just trust me. So, we're gonna have our due diligence and roast these pathetic fucks.
Two to the one, from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe, and I get more ass than a toilet seat.
Now, for those of you who think I'm pretty late to the party on this, I'm not. I literally was there at ground zero when the shitstorm started. For all intents and purposes, some of these Twitter handles and the tweets I'm reading will not be censored, due to the fact that these people should be ashamed of the shit they put out on the internet and will be roasted for it directly. In no way, shape, or form am I inviting any of my viewers to harass the individuals I'm showing here. Like I mentioned before, this is just to shame them, because quite frankly, if you're gonna put out something this fucking retarded for the public eye to see, you should be shamed for the public eye to see. Now let's get this shit started. Can y'all actually greenlight a good show that isn't full of homophobic stereotypes? Not really much to say here other than
Shut the fuck up.
And to say that it's full of homophobic stereotypes says you didn't bother watching the pilot and believed what people were telling you on Twitter. Next! I guess this space queer person says, I guess we stand homophobia. Small Cloud says, what, have I missed something? Then Space Queer says, the creator is gross and the show treats its queer characters in a really gross way and I have the right to be uncomfortable. Sorry. And then Resi Boy just comes out of nowhere with, it's not out of the question, you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage.
What the hell?
First off, damn Resi, you fucking murdered them. Second off, this is going to be one of the many examples of these people tossing out accusations with no proof or just bashing just to bash. Once again, Hazbin is not homophobic. You, on the other hand, are looking pretty sus right now, Space Queer. Next! Alright, Kisses Blisses says, why the fuck do you have to make my week worse than it is? What the fuck? Okay, your life must be pretty sad to consider a very good adult indie cartoon getting greenlit as making your week worse. Please seek help. Next! So, Himbo Mecha says, y'all remember when she got called out for drawing child porn? Here's her apology, smack cam. So, I'm going to read some of it. So, I guess this bullshit is blowing up again. People seem incapable of taking the 5 seconds to find this post, so here it is again for the last fucking time. I guess I have to add that cringy art I drew is from 2012 when I was 19. It was legal then, it's legal now. It was also tagged as being an inside joke even back then. Do I think it's strange? Yeah, it's cringy. I don't like it any more than you guys do. I was a dumb kid figuring myself out, but I have never drawn explicit NSFW or broken the law then or now. Fucking stop, please. I despise that people care more about a fictional character than an actual human being. If you are someone who feels it's okay to accuse someone of being the worst thing a human can be without checking dates or acknowledging context, or ignoring that they are literally only a small selection of examples, and that's where it cuts off, and I didn't get anything else from it. But yeah, you're literally doing nothing but making yourself look retarded. She never even drew child porn as the OP claims. For context, it was a drawing of snakes wrapping around one of her characters in a sensual way, which is also where the bestiality claims come in. Vizzy clearly is stating that she's tired of people bringing up the past like it's relevant now. Like seriously, it's not even CP. Next! Catgirl Yuriko says, crazy how Viziepop didn't have to make the gay character revolve around sex work, but she chose to. Do I even need to explain what's wrong with this one? Next! Now, these next few screenshots are from a thread from this root beer girl titled, Why Everyone Hates Viziepop, a thread. And I appropriately responded with, Why You Are a Dogshit Person, a thread. They didn't like that. They did not like that very much. And they responded, and then blocked me before I could actually see and respond to her. So yeah, not only are you a whiny little bitch that can't handle the fact that I called you out on your bullshit, you also blocked me before I can embarrass your ass even further. Now going back into the comment section, many people in this thread were turning against you because of all of your claims. They were old, fabricated, or twisted to fit your insidious little agenda. Ooh, but lucky me, I had the wherewithal to screenshot the juiciest bits to embarrass you even further before you blocked me. None of these are in any particular order, I just screenshotted them because, yeah, they're fucking stupid. Made another pedo character who wants to have sex with the kid they adopted. And I didn't actually grab the drawing so I could show it for context, but it's not stated that this character that they're showing is a pedophile because Twitter cropping. But even if that is the case, looking at the style of the characters, they're obviously in the universe of Hazbin Hotel. And you know where the setting of Hazbin Hotel is? That's right, the sinister underbelly of literally hell. They're there for a reason, and it's not tax evasion. So the next tweet says, made a character who was an abusive pimp, who was a rapist, and made merch of him along with an Instagram account. It's a fucking fictional character, who fucking cares? Plus, I don't see you whining like a little bitch when they make merchandise of the main continuity Joker. And in some instances, he's a domestic abuser and a murderer in multiple incarnations. Everyone loves a good villain. That doesn't mean the fans love what that villain does. They love the characterization of said villain. And judging that you have Harley Quinn in your profile picture, I know for a fact you were eating up the Suicide Squad Joker, even though he's a pimp, a druggie, and a domestic abuser. So this next one says, has a character who is obsessed with money and has a pointed nose, aka a Jewish stereotype. I find it highly concerning and offensive that you believe that just because a character loves money but happens to have a pointing nose, it's a Jewish stereotype. Mostly because the Jewish stereotype is actually the big nose stereotype. And if that's the case, then SpongeBob is cancelled because Mr. Krabs loves money and has a long pointy nose. Imagine not getting your offensive stereotypes right just because you were in the middle of making a shitty thread and jumping on a flaming hate bandwagon. Couldn't be me. So, the next one says, has a character who is a legit pedophile. And looking at the screenshots, it even says, I never visualized this said character and Mirage interacting, and Mirage would absolutely love Kestrel in her own sick pedo way. So even Viziepop acknowledges the fact that this character is meant to be a pedophile. But oh look! Within this fucking Twitter tweet, you see the character's bio right there. You see that in the right top corner? It says villain right next to her name. Well, somebody doesn't know how to read since it clearly states that this character is obviously a villain. Oh my fuck, you're making this so easy. I poked so many holes in the few posts of your shitty thread that it just tried to fry up a Krabby Patty to serve up to me. Once again, you are a dog shit person and deserving of the humiliation I'm giving you right now. Next! Can't believe Hazbin Hotel got picked up by A24. I'm so fucking... What?
The fuck?
What the fuck am I even reading? Did the OP have a fucking stroke writing this train wreck of a tweet? Why are there so many asterisks in this fucking thing? You know what? Next! So Spring Demon or whatever was responding to me and says, she literally worked with a pedo, she had a pedo character, she literally drew bestiality, she also drew fan art of Blair White, which explicitly knowing everything that was wrong with her. All her characters were also incredibly blatant and offensive stereotypes. Ah, here we are. Now, I've already debunked this and Viziepop has already talked about this. She never worked with a pedophile, the pedo character's already been established as a villain, and it wasn't bestiality, and even if it was, it's a fucking fictional character. Who gives a fuck? Now, the Blair White claim is really out of context because Viziepop talked about this in her original statement. She had zero clue of the shit that White was in because she had respected her since she was an outspoken female. Upon finding out, she denounced it and pushed it away from it. Now, for the offensive stereotype claim, how the fuck are these harmful? There have been many LGBTQ and sex worker praising Viziepop for her characters. Now, people are claiming that Vaggie, who is Charlie's girlfriend, is an angry Latina stereotype. Did you forget that Vaggie only gets angry a handful of times in the pilot? And all had good reasonings behind them? Another case of, you didn't watch it, you just believed what people threw up on you, and even then, Viziepop herself is Latina, and labels herself as a fiery Latina. In this tweet Viziepop put out, it says, being a proud fiery Latina myself, Vaggie is hands down the character I relate to the most in Hazbin Hotel. Her and Charlie feels like sides of myself. The ambitious side and the temperamental wanting to defend myself and other side. Fuck anyone who shames you for being fiery. Looks like you hurt yourself in your own confusion. Next! So this family mangler person says, multiple times on Twitter, her fanbase was known for being toxic years before Hazbin Hotel was animated. And debunking stereotypes by saying blue 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 they're in hell means nothing. Why is Angel Dust a gay man in hell for several anti-gay stereotypes? He could have done anything else. He could have been a corrupt CEO or politician here. But there are so many other ideas that besides, haha, gay drug addict prostitute gets sent to hell because he's bad, and none of those faucets his character or even written well. This person also claims that Viziepop sent her fans after people who criticized her, which isn't fucking true. And as for the toxic part of the fan base, what fucking fan base do you know that doesn't have a toxic fan base? Have you seen Spider-Man Twitter? Have you seen the Marvel vs. DC battle on Twitter? Like, what the fuck? Have you been stuck in a hole for the past few months? Now, this person is also making the claim that Angel Dust is in hell for the fact that he's gay and is a prostitute. Once again, pretty much proving that these people didn't bother watching the fucking pilot. Angel Dust is a homicidal maniac, and in the pilot alone, actively takes participation in a gang war that results in a genocide. And claiming that Angel Dust isn't written well? Did you fucking forget that this is the pilot episode? The first episode that establishes the characters and relationships, as well as the settings. Someone didn't pay attention in basic story compositions. The pilot is supposed to establish the characters, the relationships, and settings, just like the first few chapters of our book. Next. Dragmeyer Law says, Hazbin Hotel fans, please choke and die in the dust of the fucking offensive stereotypes of your red, white, candy cane, vomit-looking characters. Just say you hate minorities and go. Funny thing is, Vizzy is a minority, you cuckold. Next. I think everyone who let this happen should be put in federal prison. And I think you need a therapist. Who hurt you, sweet child?
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, next screenshots are from friends who also had to deal with these chicken shits. Actually, Dr. Tina is quote tweeting somebody that says, "Oh, I'm so glad that a bunch of non-gay dudes are here to tell me what things are homophobic. Thank you so much." And she responds saying, "I'm bi, you asshole. I grew up in the South and got called a faggot throughout all of high school and worse. I know homophobia and I know what isn't homophobia. But sure, live in your narrative that it's just the straights who support the show." I can't add anything clever, that she had a very good clapback. I enjoy it. Watching these anti-Hazbin people is kind of amusing. They're literally a bucket of crabs, and not from the ocean. Yeah, and she's right. Watching these Hazbin haters having a meltdown over literally nothing was hilarious to make fun of. Angel Dust is the only gay character so far. Bitch didn't even watch the episode for shitting on it. And if they watch it, they might like it and feel conflicted. Now, this is a reference to a list right here that somebody tweeted out. Trigger warning, Hazbin Hotel, Viziepop, racism, pedo mention, homophobia, LGBT phobia, all that good shit. So we're going to ignore all of these cleanly, blatantly obvious lies and or old news that's already been debunked and go down to number 2. Angel Dust is the only confirmed gay character so far and is very horribly misrepresented.
What are you, fucking stupid?
Yeah, pretty much supporting the fact that these people didn't bother doing research and are spewing lies and misinformation because someone on Twitter told them, so it's obviously true. Angel Dust is not the only confirmed gay character. Vaggie and Charlie are gay characters. As a matter of fact, they're gay characters that are in a relationship with each other. So yeah, shut the fuck up. She's responding to, also throwback when Vim produced merch of a literal sexual abuser for the fans. She's been making merch with a serial killer cannibal on it, but sure, single out the other demon for a different crime because demons are supposed to be good in hell. Thank you! These people are throwing out these wild accusations like there isn't a reason why these characters are like this. They're in hell. They're obviously there for a reason. Alright, so another one. She's literally writing bad gay and sex worker rap in the show right now, so don't care. Plus 19, still an adult. She literally had sex workers reach out to her and tell her how well the addict video was regarding predatory behaviors of clients. But we all know people who post fan cabs can't be bothered to read. I've also got a PhD, ooh, we got a doctor in the house, where I studied psychological and biological aspects of addiction and saw multiple posts from sex workers praising Vib. But sure, your personal vendetta against her trumps that.
Holy shit, you fucking killed her, dude!
Now, in my humble opinion, I'm gonna lay out why these people seem to be so ass-hurt about Viziepop and why her success makes them hate her more. And it just boils down to, she's successful. They're not. While they're bitching and complaining about really old shit that happened, she's going out and getting what she's working hard for. While they try to lie and spread misinformation about her, she's already moved on to the next phase. She's a successful person of color who is also LGBTQ, and they will forever be salty that she's not groveling for their forgiveness over stuff she actually grew up and away from. Hoes aren't just mad, they're fucking seething. So let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below and subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter to keep the Hazbin haters from canceling me, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.